Na, ist das. Jo, da ist on air. Mal aus der Party rausgehen und sagen, ja, motherfucker. Bitch, du bitch, please. Mein motherfucker. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. Hä, warum schickst du mir denn jetzt? Warum schickst du mir jetzt eine Einladung? Ja, kann ich wieder alles abrechnen, ja. Nein, 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 nein! Auf! Danke. Jetzt hab ich mich schon halt wieder zurückgemacht. Und wenn du jetzt wieder zurückgehst, dann ist es der doppelte Moped, Alter. Scheiß mal auf die Patrioten, Alter. Ich werd wieder hier. Ah, die Pinguine. Ey, Nico. Falcons oder Pinguine, Alter? Oder nee, nicht Texas, sondern hier, sag mal schnell. Heißt nicht Sam? Nee, Sams nicht, sondern hier. Ja. Oakland meinte ich eigentlich. Ah, ich weiß nicht. Ich will nicht. Ich will nicht. Ich hab keinen Plan. Ich will nicht. Warum kein Plan? Ich weiß nicht. Boah, ey. Kotzt mir richtig an, Alter. Ab morgen Abend, Alter, ist schon wieder denn, Alter. Oh, fuck. Ein fucking... Was? Warum kippen? Zum Rufen oder zu mischen? Ja. Weiß ich nicht. Ich weiß. Warum ist denn jetzt immer so bei dir laut, Alter? Manchmal ist es voll leiser, Alter. Da verstehe ich dich kaum, Alter. Und manchmal, Alter, denke ich mir, boah, Alter, mein Ohr, Alter. Nee, von der Lautstärke, von deiner Stimme so, Alter. So komisch immer manchmal. Ja. So, ein Kind bist du noch. Was? Na, musst du mal selber sprechen, so, Alter, bevor du ansprichst, so mit Mic check, Mayday, Mayday oder was ich grad für ein Scheiß. Was, bei mir oder was? Naja, wisst ihr Bescheid, Alter? Kann ich dir noch ein bisschen zulabern, Alter? Ist doch gut. Ja, ich weiß, ich hab das Mikrofon angelassen, Alter. Ja, na, ich mache hier gerade was. Oh. Wo war denn nochmal? Audio war. Audio, Party, Audio teilen, nee, will ich, nee. Will ich, was?
Now I've been in New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
I got some out in Dallas, now I'm smelling like LA. Met a from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. She ate like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas and Dreddy. Met some killers in Memphis, like they from Oakland. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Ain't talking about roses, literally I'm lean. Mix it like a bought it in Nashville. Then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sun, California, but nothing like Compton. It's more like Calistoga and it's hot as Arizona. I pop me up Fresno, hard colder than Minnesota in October. Don't interrupt, darling, I'm in the zone. Why does everywhere I go just remind me of home? You know that state of gold with the bed. Them other places come close, but they don't compare. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
California, cause there's no place like California.
Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I pipe too often. Headed right to Austin, most likely flossing. Tight, exhausted, high as a forklift. Handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state, you can get it. I done seen everywhere from Russia to Delaware. Trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona to Bel Air, Petty to the Detroit. Don't tell him he saw how heavily he balls. Every project, every seashore. And I ain't content trying to see more nomadic. I probably wind up alone. All it takes is a melody to remind me of home. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
California, no place like California.
C-A all day. C-A D-M-V-M-I-A, all reminds me of C-A. Sean.
I wanna sit on private planes. I wanna scream my name on top of the Eiffel Tower. On the Eiffel Tower. I wanna hit that blackjack. I wanna take that money and run right here, right now. Right here, right now. But I won't take that train. I won't catch that flight if you're not on that plane. We ain't taking off tonight.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Breeze's Saints going up against Wilson Seahawks. So let's get you up to CenturyLink Field in Seattle. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. First and 10, here's Breeze. And it's caught, Kobe Flainer. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Atama Rubin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Breeze. And he's got it over the middle, Flainer. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So a 3rd and 8.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in. Now 4th down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. They come out here in the eye. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Earlier, partner, when discussing Russell Wilson, you said you think he's best when Seattle is running back centric. Is Thomas Rawls the centerpiece going forward there?
I think so, because of what he did 2 seasons ago before he got hurt. Because he runs that offense the way they want it run. One cut, downhill, get upfield, and Thomas Rawls is perfect for that. If he stays healthy, that allows Russell Wilson now to throw the play action, the bootleg passes that really hurt other teams defensively.
And Rawls has youth on his side, just 23. You know, Charles, for Graham, so much concern early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen recovering from the tendon. Not only was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle. And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how, remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize what they were going to throw in his direction? And he certainly did this year, 65 catches. 65 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, too. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin. Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football. But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest. Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive. I'm hearing my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game. Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right? Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass. A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good. How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though. They go play action here on 1st down. Finding time. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for a Seattle 1st down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you? You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When the receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. Now Wilson on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it is incomplete. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's got room. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass? Those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchdown. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that is incomplete here. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Second down now after the incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. Pass incomplete. The intended target there was Tim Hightower. And it's 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Now a play fake. Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. Play clock winding down. Now Breeze. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. On 1st down, Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position. And they want to get it to someone. And
he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. penalty. It's Rawls. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, Wilson. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third. On third and goal, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Breeze now on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. On second down, here's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of of bounds, ruled incomplete here. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. Fourth down, here's Wilson. And it is incomplete. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine, you know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps. You get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Now Breeze throwing on second down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. LA a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have two with the move from San Diego to LA. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, you know, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium essentially for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played one season as such. Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Now Breeze on third down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, now loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe play a little bit better.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. Baldwin coming off his first Pro Bowl appearance. He had career highs, Charles, in catches with 94, over 1,100 yards. That also a career high. Pretty good season for Doug Baldwin.
And I think the place that he really started to take off was midway through 2015. The connection between he and his quarterback, Russell Wilson, where they were playing more from the pocket, bigger plays downfield, that just propelled him into 2016. That and anything he perceives as a slight, he uses it to his advantage, and he just goes out and plays.
Again, Wilson. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And tough starting field position here. They come up in an offset eye. So after the INT, it's Breeze. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He's at the 40. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the 2nd half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the 2nd half, they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing, and it maybe explode at the right time.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Tyler Lockett now with the return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. 1st half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this This is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now it's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 17-yard will continue.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Wide open receiver complete. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They'll try to run with Rawls. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On second down, Wilson. That's caught at the 2. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that is going to set up third and goal. On third and goal, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Jermaine Kearse there to make the grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So they're going to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Moshkinow to send this one away following the score. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Oh, he fakes the spike. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Graham slotted out to the left. They start on the ground with Rawls. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That one good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Jaron Reed never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. It's caught outright by Graham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. The 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first good to extend their lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down. Or the
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Michael Bannon in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Throwing on second down. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Third down and 4. From the gun on third down, Breeze. Breeze. This is caught. It's Cooks. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Ataba Rubin makes the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd down following the run. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And Cooks has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a 1st down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. This from 36 yards out. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Check 50, check 26, check 26. Right, move 15. Mike 5-2. Right, easy. Check 51, check 51. Check hot route. Hot. Right, easy. 14, Safety creep. Right, move away, try it. I wanna work.
1st down, this is Rawls. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Sterling Moore. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Hauschka to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Breeze to throw on second down. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On third and long, it's Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Mike Bennett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. It's complete. Flainer, right side. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Breeze now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. the practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. 4 down.
Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarvis Bird. And that will write a finish to this ball game. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to try and go deep again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarvis Bird. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn history. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
My second body cost a lot. After I bought it, I just wore it home. Reading philosophy and gossip rags. Spending my bottom dollar on my toes. I'm a pacifist who's never not been pacified. I'm a piece of... It's a point of pride. I'm the super rich complaining I want more. The middle with you, I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference. I lost the weight and then I start to tumble. My mind betrayed me many years ago. I walk alone to keep from slipping under. Got lost as soon as I stepped out the door. I'm a martyr who just never got his time to shine. I'm a punk kid, no reason why. Nothing finer than the taste of tears running down my face. So cry, baby, cry, oh, cry, baby, cry, oh. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference.
perfection, rattling my replacement heart of gold. I'm coming back to join the cast of Carmen. I never sung a single song before. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference.
Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin.